So, welcome to a bit more of this game. My main problem right now is that I don't really remember what the hell I was doing lately. Or last time. You guys come in, think you will... I've done that, haven't I? Clues, none. Message from Upsum. That's the same. Alright, close. Oh yeah, in case down here the recording window is visible. I don't know why that happened all of a sudden. It wasn't like that last time.
I must have...
Oh yeah, that's true. I wonder if I have to go in and do that thing then, because I can't see anything else to do.
Aren't you going to have your tea, Mr. Fordham?
Oh, okay.
I'm afraid I just remembered something important I need to look into. Perhaps later.
Okay.
Suit yourself.
Bye. Yeah, I did a test recording and it was down here, so I'm not sure if it's there now as well. What the hell was I not doing, and what was I doing, and why was I doing what I wasn't doing, and so on. Let's go check this. Oh, that's home.
I'm here.
Good to see you've made it back in one piece.
Perfect, bye.
So what's this big case Upton's got you on? Another missing pet?
If only. A Gascon Grand Dame was attacked and almost interred alive.
You mean Madame Dupre? The one whose obituary was in the paper?
The very same.
Goodness, that does sound serious. Tell me if there's anything I can do to help. I know you haven't been feeling your best lately.
You're always a help to me, Addie. Though I assure you I have this well in hand.
I certainly hope so.
Well, bye. Love you.
Time for me to get some things done.
Goodbye, dear. Love you.
Love you too.
Went the wrong way, sorry. I don't know my hometown or where I live. Alright, let's check that place out and see. That must be new. Yeah, good.
Huh. It's as though we've journeyed to the tropics. I don't know how you can stand to keep that coat on in here.
So it's like here then, I guess, because it's way too bloody hot here for me. A yeah, you could say that's a contraption, yeah, I agree.
Quite the assortment of plants they keep in here. I wonder if they serve any purpose or are just meant to look pretty.
Probably.
Those flowers are definitely not native to this area. They seem to be thriving in their glass tubes, though.
They're all specimens, yeah. Oh, a bonsai tree.
One of those cute little Japanese trees that are all the rage these days. Personally, I don't see how giving a tree a haircut is meant to be relaxing.
Yeah, I got nothing on
Never
that.
seen a flower grow that big. What do you suppose they're feeding them?
Not sure. Anything else around here? No. So, hi. Oh, contraption. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Pardon the disturbance, but are you Juliet Montgomery?
I am. And you are?
Miles Fordham. I'm a private investigator looking into the events surrounding your mother's attempted murder.
Ah, of course.
Have you got time to answer some questions?
Yes, that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the events leading up to your mother's premature interment?
No, it was a complete shock. Mother seemed to be perfectly healthy and full of life. Then, without warning, she was dead. Or so we thought.
I take it you were glad to be wrong?
What a ridiculous question. Of course I was. What sort of heartless beast would celebrate their mother's death?
Oh, I could name a few. Juliet definitely didn't shed any tears over Madame Dupre, though. That much is obvious.
Miss Montgomery, you don't have to lie to me. I'm not going to assume you tried killing your mother just because you weren't upset by her death.
I felt terrible about it. You have to understand, I didn't want her to be dead. I just felt a sense of relief. Please, don't think me a horrible person, Mr. Fordham. It's just that Mother and I aren't currently on the best of terms.
Okay.
Why don't you and your mother get along?
We've never completely seen eye to eye on anything. She always disapproved of anything I did. When I was younger, she used to forbid me from speaking to the servants. I saw no harm in a kind word or smile, but she warned us that if we were too familiar, they would take liberties. Then when I declared my intentions to pursue academic studies, she really went livid. In her opinion, a university education was tantamount to a chastity belt. What sort of man would want a wife with a head full of useless facts, she'd say.
Personally, I've always found intelligence to be quite attractive.
I assume your mother didn't approve of your involvement with Mr. Martin?
A rather forward question, Mr. Fordham. But you're not mistaken. I'm not sure how she managed to find out about Albert and me, but when she did, she nearly had a conniption. As I'm sure you can understand, the situation at home has been less than perfect in the last few months. I'd really rather not dwell on it.
Yeah, alright.
You mentioned you were friends with the servants.
Yes, that's right. I didn't care that they worked for us. Everyone needs a friend.
Did your mother ever mistreat them?
Mistreat? No, I wouldn't say so. She was always very stern, though, and quite cold. If they ever shirked their duties or misbehaved, they were punished, of course, but nothing out of the ordinary that I ever saw. Most of the servants are my friends, but I'm closest with Amelie, the kitchen maid. Mother wasn't too happy about that. Amelie's been around as long as I can remember. She's like the aunt I never had.
What can you tell me about Albert Martin?
I'm not quite sure where to begin.
Why not start by telling me what your relationship with him was?
We met here at the greenhouse. He was working as an assistant, sweeping and cleaning and fetching things for the students. My focus was on academics, naturally. I wasn't too interested in romance. In fact, I've had to turn away nearly every single one of my classmates. But with Albert, I found myself intrigued. I noticed him stealing glances, lingering just a bit too long after bringing over a book or flask, sweeping the same patch of floor near me over and over again. It wasn't too long before I had him bringing me tools and equipment, regularly.
I see.
As I mentioned, Mother was an absolute terror when she found out.
Do you believe Mr. Martin did what he stands accused of?
I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't seem like him, but Albert can be quite passionate. If the police believe he's to blame, then they must have a reason for it. It wasn't any secret that he hated Mother. Perhaps I should have ended things sooner. It was satisfying to know that Mother was displeased, but I never imagined it would lead to something like this.
Well, it's nice to see she's all heart.
So, you study botany. Fascinating subject.
Are you an admirer of plants, Mr. Fordham?
My wife has the green thumb in the household, but I do have a certain appreciation for them.
Plants are amazing things, just like people in many ways.
How do you mean?
They need attention and care. Ignore a plant, and it will wither. Give it too much attention, and it will become sick. Plants have many things to teach us, and I greatly enjoy learning from them.
These plants are impressive. Are they yours?
Yes, I've developed a method to make them extra healthy and strong.
They're larger than anything I've ever seen. How do you do it?
Ah, but I can't reveal my secrets, Mr. Fordham. The world will hear about my discoveries soon enough.
Incidentally, do you know anything about Easter lilies?
No, I don't keep or grow those here.
No more questions for now.
Then if you don't mind, I have work to do.
So she knows nothing about plants she doesn't grow. That's
Judging from that
false.
pipe, that contraption must be used to keep the plants hydrated. But it looks like a giant earwax remover to me.
Will that change anything with her?
She's busy. That's
Right,
not to
kids.
bother her until we
Yeah,
have some...
shut up. Get out of there. So that is done. That was home. That's jail. Or yeah, let's go over there and see if we've got something new to say. Hi.
Could I ask you some more questions, Mr. Martin?
It's not like I'm going anywhere.
Soon, y'all. To your grave.
Albert, did you hate Madame Dupre?
The woman is cruel, sadistic, and bigoted. When she found out about my relationship with Juliet, she sent me a letter threatening to have me killed if I got near her house or her daughter. So yes, Mr. Fordham, I hated her. But even so, I love her daughter. I wouldn't be so cruel as to take Juliet's mother away from her, even if she hated her too.
I beg your pardon?
Juliet and her mother didn't get along at all. I never asked why, but it was obvious there was something going on.
Intriguing.
Alright.
That's all for now.
So, news. We are where? Discover the source of Gillette and the mother's rift. Alrighty then. Any specific place or something from that new? Right. Out of here. And do we go talk to her now then? Who else would it be? Maybe let's head on over there.
You are aware this is private property, sir.
Yes, I just don't care.
Yes, I'm Miles Fordham, private investigator. I'm looking into the incident involving Madame Dupre. I assume this is she?
You assume correctly, Mr. Fordham. My apologies, but I thought the police had already made an arrest.
That's right, but there's still some doubt as to the man's guilt. May I ask your name, sir?
I am Dr. Fellows, Madame Dupre's private physician. I'm afraid she is in no state to be answering questions at present.
Are any other members of the family home?
Her son, Mr. Montgomery, is in the entrance hall. I had to give him a mild sedative to settle his nerves, but he should be all right to converse.
Then if you don't mind, I'll have a look around.
So, click things. Right,
With her vast sums of wealth, Madame Dupre could probably feed a starving family for the next 30 years. Instead, she uses the money to keep her hedges trimmed.
Makes perfect sense. I guess. Right,
Her eyes are glazed over, and she's got a vacant, expressionless stare. She seems completely oblivious to her surroundings. If we didn't know she'd been buried alive, I'd say she was just exhibiting the typical symptoms of your average rich person. This fountain probably looked nicer when it was working, but right now it's just a breeding ground for mosquitoes.
Right, anything else? No point talking to him, so yeah, head on in.
Oh, hello. Are you the new servant?
No,
Sure.
I'm Miles Fordham. I'm a private investigator looking into your mother's attempted murder.
How did you know I was her son? Oh, of course. You must have sensed it with your detective's intuition. I should have guessed by that giant head of yours.
Are you feeling all right,
Right.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes, I'm fine. Much better than when those pesky police officers were snooping around earlier. But I like you, Mr. Fordham. I can already tell you're not like them. Not like them at all. Please, call me Andrew.
Yes. Well, I'll have a look around, and I may need to ask you some questions. Do you think you can handle that?
I can. In fact, I really look forward to it.
If the good doctor gave him a mild sedative, I'd hate to see what the stuff you take would have done to him.
Yeah, I want a bit of that sedative myself. Something. Oh, it's just two gotten, right?
What a beautiful parrot. Must have cost the Dupre's a cool
It's a
copper.
Norwegian blue. Maybe.
Do you suppose that's for the bird? Or perhaps so the Dupre family members can get a good look at themselves on the way out of the house? Dupre looks like she's holding on to that poor bastard for dear life.
Yeah, why not? Maybe the servant's in there. She might tell us something about the issues between mother and daughter.
Yeah, looks like gumbo's on the menu tonight. I wonder how it compares with Upton's special recipe.
Yeah, or stove
Some kind
device.
of water dispensing device, maybe? I was never very good at finding my way around the kitchen. Certainly no shortage of bowls or food preparation items around here. Judging by the amount of food this family probably eats, washing the dishes must take forever. Looks like the type of spices you'd use in a stew. Most likely paprika or turmeric. Nice variety of reds and oranges. It's times like these make me wish I could still eat.
And hi.
Pardon me, miss.
What? Who are you?
I'm Miles Fordham. I'm investigating the attempted murder of Madame Dupre.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but I'm very busy. I can't help you.
Amelie, please. I need to know what you know about Madame Dupre.
What? How did you know my name?
Yeah, that.
Juliet told me about you.
Miss Juliet?
Yes, I spoke to her at the university. She mentioned you two were friends.
Yes, that's right. She's always been so good to me.
Look, Amelie, I'm just trying to get some information. And I have a feeling you can be very helpful if you just let me talk to you.
All right, fine. But do it as fast as you can.
Tell me about Madame Dupre.
Oh, I really shouldn't, sir.
It would greatly help my investigation if you did.
Madame Dupre was kind enough to hire me as her cook. It's hard to get jobs in the city. Lots of people want their servants to use those new machines. My sister's brother-in-law got half his leg blown off by one of those new ovens. He's lucky he wasn't killed. So I'm plenty happy working here doing real people's work. But Madam can be difficult sometimes.
Difficult? What do you mean by that?
No, I said enough.
What do you know about Madame Dupre's supposed death?
All I can tell you is that whoever did it really hated her.
Do you know Albert Martin, the man accused of the crime?
No, I'm sorry.
What can you tell me about Andrew?
He ain't so bad. Kinda spoiled, but he mostly cleans up after himself. Has a whole private part of the house, but I think he only uses one room. Better for me, way less to clean.
What do you know about Juliet?
She was always so kind to me and the others, but her mother don't like that one bit. Still, she sneaks down into the kitchen to keep me company some nights. Even though she's a good soul, I think part of her does it just to spite her mother.
Are you the only remaining servant here?
No, there's another one, Marcel. He's the new gardener. I haven't seen him in a few days, though. Not since before Madame's incident.
Thank you, Henri. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Now, please, let me get back to work.
Sure. And now, I was about to do a joke, but let's refrain from that one. Upwards? Yes. Or upstairs, maybe.
A horrible little porcelain figurine. Madame Dupre didn't strike me as the type to play with dolls. This is always my favorite part of detective work.
Right?
Nothing inside but a bunch of extra doilies.
How disappointing. Maybe you should steal one, just to spite Madame Dupre for not giving us any good clues.
Yes.
No, Bill.
You're no fun, Miles.
Exactly. Alright, head on in there.
Goodness, someone went overboard with the flowers. This brings back some memories, doesn't it?
Ones I'd rather forget.
Alright, workstation.
The science of pharmacology. Yeah, I'm sure it's riveting stuff.
Oh, it's a scale. Alright.
What in the ether is that thing supposed to be? Actually, I'd rather not know. Is this really the best that medical science has to offer?
Yeah, they used to use those.
A gentle reminder that everyone's time is slowly running out.
Yeah, not yours.
Decadent. Dr. Tennyson's Vigor Pills. These would make a sloth act like a hummingbird.
Oh, alright. Tweezers, let's do
I
a
only
fast
wonder
cast.
what sort of potions Andrew concocts in this thing.
These should be useful.
What? Is that a clue? Yeah. Exit, exit, exit. Alright, so you can... Nice. Do these work as well? Bloody hell, that's amazing. I guess we're supposed to play something later on then. Just trying them all just in case, but I am fairly certain you need to play a specific tune for that. That is nothing a painting,
I don't know
right?
much about art, but I see Madame Dupre and I at least have similar tastes. Oh, look! It's one of those new audio cylindergraphs. I can't quite wrap my head around how they can manage to get sound out of a wax cylinder.
Yeah, it's all these new inventions, you know. Right,
Why would anyone need so many flowers in one room?
Perhaps it's to mask the odors of those chemicals on the workstation.
Could be.
These
Why
phones
would
are the
anyone
same.
need
Yeah.
Perhaps it's to mask...
Shut up. So
It must be a nice place to sit and listen to music.
It all works. All right. Oh. Yeah, been there, done that.
Nice bouquet of roses. Although it would make things much easier if they were Easter lilies.
If only.
Yeah, the lamp.
Must be nice being able to afford keeping your oil lamps lit during the daytime. Ah,
Yeah.
the Gascon docks. The artist definitely took some liberties. You can't see a single person getting stabbed.
All right. Head on in there and see what the hell that is then. Oh, bedroom apartment.
Juliet really likes plants and flowers, doesn't she? I've never seen so many beauty products together in one place. Doesn't look like they get used much, though.
Rug, a bed.
Well, someone's fancy. I never liked these types of beds much. They feel too claustrophobic.
I always thought they had a certain appeal myself.
Yes, you would think that about a bed that lets you shut out the rest of the world. Nice little cottage. Looks like it would make a nice cozy spot to retire. If I hadn't already retired from life, that is.
Yeah, check those first, maybe. No, I should click the other one.
They're all empty. How unusual.
Not to
Very
mention
much.
disappointing.
Can we get the... No, you have to get out of the way. And papers.
Let's have a look through these papers. Aha, what's this?
Alright, dear Miss Montgomery, unfortunately I've been informed that seems a bogus in the neighborhood near the room you're renting from. Okay. She's renting a room somewhere. Are we now in... what's that called? 1984 then. I'm gonna head to change the locks. Please find an enclosed copy of the key. Oh, perfect. So you left. Yeah, alright.
So, Juliet is renting a room in the Chum. That's certainly interesting. I can't wait to see what sort of dirty secrets she's got hidden away in there.
I'm sure there aren't a lot of them, but the bloke dudes probably meet up with.
Locked. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised.
No, I wasn't either. And let us call that an episode then. Thanks for watching. Take care, see you. Have fun.